Hi everyone, my name's Holly and I am the singing Brickie.
Thank you very much for giving me your time today, Holly, for the Life of a Female Tradie podcast. It's great to have you on. I've got a question that's burning in my mind, but I like to get to know more about the guest and where you started. But I do want to know what came first, singing or bricklaying?
Oh, this singing, I've done that like all my life. So when I left school at 17, I had to get a note off my mum because I mean, you're looking at 20 odd year ago, that I was able to go and work for Haven up at Haggerston Castle.
Wow.
So I lived there as well and doing all the shows and stuff. And I did that for 3 years. And then I moved to Scarborough and we did like pantomimes and things like that. But
Wicked.
in the meantime, like the seasons tend to run from like February to November. So then in the other times, I would get like a job. So I worked at like Boots during the winter and stuff when I was younger and stuff. Yeah. And then when after I did the pantos and stuff, that's when I came home and I started doing like the working men's clubs. Now, before I did them, 'cause my sister's always done them, I was like, oh, I never want to do the working men's clubs. Like, because it's very different on holiday parks. You've got an audience that they want to be entertained. And then in clubs, some people are just there for the bingo and the raffles and they just want to have a little catch up with the pals. That's how I felt about it years ago. Now I absolutely love it. I love all the people that I meet. Like so so many different characters around the clubs. And I still do some holiday parks and that, which is great, but it's the travel.
Yeah.
And I'm older now and I can't be staying awake for like you're driving like 3, 4 hours there, doing 2 45-minute sets and then driving back. I just yeah,
That's a lot.
definitely.
So, where did bricklaying come into things then?
Well, my dad's like been a bricklayer all his life and he's 78 coming up and he's still there 5 days a week.
Wow.
I came back years ago doing the clubs and stuff, but I also had a day job. So I worked like in goldsmiths
Okay.
for selling lovely diamonds and high-end watches and stuff. But there was something that was like missing. So when my mum got poorly, yeah, that was just kind of like the right, that's it. And my dad and my brother, who like runs our little squad, they were like, no, like definitely not. It's not a place for women. And my dad had said that years ago before I'd moved away when I'd said I wanted to be a mechanic or can I come on site with you? It was like, bloody no chance. He's not from Yorkshire. He's not from Yorkshire. I don't know why I just did that voice.
You've brought that home from your
Um,
gig.
yeah, that's it. But when after my mama died, it was kind of like, do you know what? Go and get your health and safety. Go and do this and that, and then we'll consider it. Obviously, they thought I wasn't going to do it. So then, yeah, I was like, got my card. And I think, to be honest, I think a lot of my family probably had bets on how long I would last because I started in the winter
Oh,
as well. It was grim. But I feel like I'm one of them people where if someone says you can't do something, I'm like, I'm gonna show you. Like I will do it. And then here we are 6 years later and I love it. I mean, it's very different. So I know for a lot of people they might say, oh, well, it's just, it's monotonous. It's the same thing all the time. But like, it's been like a bit, or I don't know if it's because I work with family, but like when my nephew came in and he was going through his apprenticeship, I kind of stepped back a little bit and did a lot of the labouring,
okay.
which I also love. Well, I don't know if that makes it sound crazy, but
No.
I love organising stuff and it feels like a little bit of a gym session as well. So the last job we were on, I think like was for over a year and I think I did the labouring for about a year. And then like still jumping in when when stuff was sorted, but I didn't it would have felt wrong to be like, "However, Charlie, you've got to do this as well." When he had his apprenticeship like near in the end, so he needed as much travel time as he could. But yeah, it's like people say, "Oh, you've got it easy because you work with family," but do you know what? It's not. With family, there's no filter.
Yeah.
If someone's got something to say, it gets said. Like in a normal work environment, when it's not with family, you watch your P's and Q's a little bit. You're a bit more diplomatic about how you word things, not with family. nah. If you're being a, I'm not going to swear. I'm going to try not to swear on the podcast, but there's lots of swearing happens during the day,
Oh my
which is
gosh.
wild because growing up, I didn't really hear my dad swear at all.
He saved it for the site work then, didn't he?
Absolutely. And I've loved, like, I've got a totally different relationship with my dad now to what I did before I started working with him because he's not just dad, he's a normal working man as well. And it's been lovely to see. But from a lot of childhood, like a lot of memories and my dad getting back from work and just like sleep, like being totally zonked when we used to have like, we never went abroad when we were kids, and we would have like little caravan holidays, and a lot of the time we'd go up to Berwick, which is, it's not that far away, and my dad would go there, and he would go to work during the day as well.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, even when we were on holiday. I mean, there was four of us kids, so it was, must have been a bit of pressure.
Oh.
But yeah, he just loves the game, and I'm dead proud of him.
It's nice when you can get to see your parents in that different light, isn't it? Like, when
Yeah,
I was a kid slash early teens, I used to go to work with my dad on and off, in the family business that was. Yeah, you do feel proud, don't you, of seeing your parents just, like, owning, their space and, yeah, just running a
definitely.
business that's just like, "Wow, you're impressive." I love that.
Yeah.
So you say your brother's in the business, and what's is your nephew now on board, or is he still doing his apprenticeship?
He finished it this year.
Wow, cool.
So, yeah, so I'm back a little bit more on the trowel, which has been lovely. And we all just get mucked in, apart, well, say my brother's the fastest. And then obviously my dad, I would never expect him to load out. So it's a little bit like the labouring side of it's left with me and Charlie, because it's so difficult to find a decent labourer who's going to be there on time or who's going to actually turn up. But yeah, it works. It's good.
What is it about bricklaying that you love so much?
Oh, it's a difficult one because I think I got into it. There was probably a bit of a part of it when I lost my mum that was like, I need to spend as much time with my dad as I can because he's was about 8, 9 years older than my mum anyway. So it's a bit of a fear thing. And this is going to sound really weird, but when I first started, I almost enjoyed the pain of how like I was aching from head to toe, but I felt like on some weird level, I needed to feel that. A bit like,
Okay.
you know, when something traumatic happens and then you get a tattoo to,
Yeah.
or maybe this is just me,
I
to
know.
like to feel. Um and yeah, like even now there's some days I'll get up and I'm like, oh, I'm aching, but then I'm like, ah, but I've worked for that. Like it's good. I like the feeling of just, yeah, I know that and I feel like I've saved so much more since doing this job because I know how hard I'm working for my money. When I was a goldsmith, I worked with the best people, like, they were hilarious and stuff, but sometimes you might get 5 customers in a day, 5
Yeah.
customers in an 8-hour shift, and you stood there, and there's only so many times you can polish a ring or, like, rearrange the stock, so it's, but actually, my nephew said to us the other day, he said, "I don't know how you do this." I mean, it was a terrible day, and we were like, it was all sludgy on site, and he was like, "I don't know how you do this, and then do what you do on a weekend as well." And I said, "The thing is, I think had the bricklaying came first, I don't think I would do the singing as well. But because the singing's always been there, and I don't go out, so it's a little bit like my social life as well, then the bricklaying's just kind of slotted in, and I don't sleep either. I probably get 4 or 5 hours sleep a night, but that does me. I'm not a good
Really?
sleeper, so I've got to be busy all the time. If we have a rained off day, I'm sat in the house. I'm like, I need to do something productive. I can't waste the day.
I get like that.
And then at the same time, but then at the same time, it's like I really need to do nothing. Like, but it's difficult.
It is, it's very difficult when you are that kind of productive person and you get all of a sudden a day to yourself, it's like, "Well, I need to do something." Like, this is
Yeah.
unusual. Like, you feel like you're wasting time, don't you, if you're just sitting there
Yeah.
recovering? But, sometimes we need to acknowledge that our body just needs to rest, don't you think? Because I think,
Yeah.
especially in the trades, we're bad at that across the board about
Yeah.
recovery and just days off, because people do work 7 days, 6 days a week. And yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot.
I think COVID was a big factor as well. I remember everything had obviously shut down. So I'd started literally a few months before COVID.
Really? Okay.
And then there was the whole thing where the trades were allowed back on site when everything else was still locked down. But when it was locked down, the thought of sitting in this house all day was like, I just couldn't do it. And other singers were doing lives and stuff like that. And I was like, oh, no, I can't. So I went and got a job at Sainsbury's, like
Did you?
doing the packing people shopping and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually enjoyed that. It was something to do,
Yeah, yeah.
and then we went back on site and then everything opened up again, but there was restrictions. So at gigs, people weren't allowed to clap. They weren't allowed to cheer. Even like when it had very early opened back up, there was some people were making these clear perspex screens to sing behind. And
My
it's like,
goodness.
oh God. So after COVID, it was kind of then in my mind, I was like, it's just got to I've got to just work while I can. Who knows what could happen again?
Yeah.
You never know.
Did you struggle for materials during COVID?
No, to be honest, I've only ever done site work,
Okay. Yeah.
so it's not something I've ever had to source.
Oh, I see. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so the contractors or whoever will already have that on site.
Fair enough. Gotcha. Yeah. I mean, for COVID wise, my life didn't really change. I was in a security job at the time, and the only thing that changed for me was there was less traffic on the roads.
Yeah,
So yeah, it's interesting hearing other people's experiences with that time we all went
yeah.
through. So
It's crazy, isn't it, to think that even happened?
no, and it seems so long ago as
I
well.
know.
Yeah,
Mad.
totally mad. Oh dear. Right. I saw you were involved in the Lost City mental health
Yep.
movement last year. Can you tell us a bit more about that? And if are you still involved in it?
So there was a lot of people involved with that, but I think now it's just anyone that can get involved will get in touch with the relevant people. But I would do anything for that charity. I think it's so good that they're recognising what's going on, and I think there's a deeper level. So I think it's not everybody, it's not all trades and stuff, but I think there's a lot of maybe misuse of drugs or alcohol, which can have an effect. And when you people are working so hard all week in not very nice conditions or whatever, and then that's a I think it's just a bit of a cycle. Not everybody, some things can happen at home, but getting behind that campaign was so good. I mean, we did think we were going to get arrested,
Sure.
putting them putting them signs out. I
No,
mean, when Connor had rang and said, "Are you up for this? There's a slight chance you might get arrested." I was like, "Sod it, yeah, absolutely." This cause is so important though, because I mean, I feel like I struggle all the time with my mental health, but I'm at a point in my life where I'm able to deal with it. I can recognise the signs, but I do think that's also why I work so much. But then it gets to a point where I'm working so much. Have you seen the film Wreck-It Ralph?
no, I haven't, No.
No. So in Wreck-It Ralph, there's this little computer character, and she glitches.
Okay.
Sometimes I feel like I'm glitching. Like it's really odd, and that's when I kind of feel like I do need to have a day off or a night off.
Yeah.
Um, but it's just life's busy, isn't it?
It's just a non-stop roller coaster for everybody at well, not even just at the moment. Life just is busy now, isn't it? And
Yeah,
I think the demand on everybody's time to earn more money and be here and be there, and then you can't
yeah.
be there, so you stress out about that. And yeah, it's
And then there's this side of it as well, isn't there? There's this social side of it, and I see people like yourself and others that are smashing it with like I know that I'm mentally don't have the capacity to be able to edit videos and, um, you know, make reels daily. But I absolutely, I love watching the people that can. I just at this time in my life, my daughter, she's got cadets twice a week. She does drama. There's my dad comes up for tea twice a week. So I mean, it's no excuse because really I could do stuff in between sets at my gigs. But yeah, I think there's a lot of pressure now on socials as well to be
Present.
posting or scheduling and stuff
Yeah.
like that. Yeah. Oh yeah. Like sometimes I just have to have a few weeks where I won't even go on. Just like a little bit of a reset.
Yeah.
But then it is nice when I go back on and I'm like, "Oh, yeah, they've done that, and oh, that's finished, and oh, I wonder what they're doing."
Yeah, social media does play a huge part in everybody's life nowadays. I mean, technology is just becoming more and more required in our everyday life now, isn't it? And social media, unfortunately, I think sometimes it replaces socializing because you feel connected to people through their posts and stuff, but then
100%, yeah,
there's a plus and a minus from that, I think, like a positive and negative from that, because you you almost pull away from meeting in person sometimes, don't you? Because it just, I don't know, it can almost become a bit scary meeting in person, it can't it?
yeah. No, you're right. But it is like just you do feel like you're pals with people
You do?
because you're looking at their stuff all the time. And I mean, just going back to the Lost City, um, our industry about 2 years ago, we lost Brickie to suicide. Blonde, blonde Brickie, and his socials, he was amazing,
Was he?
really amazing on his socials. Really funny lad, loads and loads, thousands of followers, and he committed suicide. And it's like, obviously, you don't know what's happening
You don't?
behind the fun videos that people post, the pressure that they're actually failing to upkeep
Yeah,
where they've reached.
yeah.
But yeah, I think about him often, like it's sad, really, really sad.
It is sometimes those louder characters are the ones that are struggling the most
Yeah,
because they are putting on a brave front. But
yeah,
I think we've just all got to be mindful of genuinely asking, "How are you?" And don't let the "I'm fine, I'm good"
yeah,
responses kind of shrug you off. Repeat it because sometimes it that person needs it. I kind of try and do that with my friends, and I just hope, you can only hope that they would open up and
yeah,
know that there'd never be a burden with sharing their genuine feelings. Um,
yeah,
yeah, it's a tough one, isn't it?
definitely.
Yeah. What advice might you give a fellow female who's looking to get into bricklaying or being a brickie? Where should they start?
Well, I don't think it's for everyone. I think it's you've got to have a certain mindset, and I think me getting into it, I was 34,
Okay.
so I've got a bit more life experience in dealing with people. But I would say, like any other trade will say, just go for it. That's all. Like you have to try. Um, and if it's not for you, then it's not for you. But you'll never know if you don't try. Like I love it. I love the diversity of the two jobs that I've got. They're very different. Like an actual like horror during the day, and then it's nice. I mean, I'm still a horror on a weekend, but it's nice to be able to have like makeup and stuff on, and it's like almost like being two different people.
Yeah.
But I do strongly think that schools need to do a little bit more.
Mm,
It needs to be implemented from a younger age that it's not, that's the boys, that's the girls, because that's what we had when I was at
yeah.
school. The women were pushed more into the hairdressing and the admin side of things, and the boys were more for the engineering and the woodwork. So I think there's got to be like it's for everybody. You can't keep doing what was done years ago.
Totally agree. Yeah. I think the education system is a massive topic in the trades, and building a better platform for the youngsters to get into it, not only just through apprenticeships, because
Yeah.
from what I hear, it seems the apprenticeship route is the only route. I could be wrong, but that doesn't suit everybody.
No, not at all. My nephew went that route, and there's lots of things that they don't. You just have to learn on site. You have to learn by doing.
Yeah,
That you can't be really taught in a classroom.
definitely.
So yeah, but I think if it's like more eyes on it from an early age, not just when children are in year 10 or 11. I think if
Mm.
it's they see more of it being younger, I don't think they're going to change that.
Well, no, I mean, it's been in like, when do government ever change anything that's, worth our while?
Definitely. I mean, I see my daughter getting stressed about some like aspects of school and things. And there's a part of me that wants that if she gives me a specific thing, and I know that I also was taught that at school, and I think to myself, that hasn't came into my life. I haven't needed that bit of information whatsoever.
Yeah,
Yet they're getting so stressed about like all these things, or they're getting, yeah. I just think there should be, it should be broader for the different types of children there are.
definitely. And more relevant. Like you say,
Yeah.
half the stuff you learn at school you never use, but
Oh, absolutely.
yeah, that we could go on and on and on about
Definitely.
that.
Yeah.
Oh dear. So, obviously we've touched on your singing. Your duo with your sister, did you say?
Yeah, so I do solo, but then I do the duo with my sister. So she's like 7, 8 years older than me. We're quite different. So it just started off years ago, 2007, I think we started the duo. It's just like singing. But then certain things would, she's always been funny, but then certain things would happen during the show, or we'd say certain things and we were like, we're keeping that in. Like
Okay.
that's, but we've always made it look like it's off the cuff, but we have a right laugh. Like our first set's more comedy. Like she proper takes the mick out of, we take the mick out of each other, but out of men, and she's getting amongst the audience and stuff. And it's yeah, it's just light-hearted fun. But again, with gigs, you get people come up that are like, do you know what? I just lost this person in my life, and thank you for just making us forget for
Oh,
an hour. Or putting a smile back on my face. The people we meet at gigs are just brilliant. Like you could do like a big hall where everyone's dressed up like really fancy and stuff. And then the next day you could be doing somewhere where you're thinking, oh my God, is the gig going to be okay? Or is it
oh,
going to get smashed up? Again, the diversity of the gigs is so vast. I mean, there's sometimes things happen and I'm stood there like, waiting for Jeremy Beadle to walk round the corner. Like, where's the cameras at here? But no, I do love it.
it does sound fun. And whereabouts, like, do you have a radius that you tend to travel, or do you literally go pretty much anywhere?
We'll go anywhere.
Yeah.
Obviously, if it's further away, we would then try and get another gig next to it the next day, so it makes it more worthwhile.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I mean, there's some. So the parks we do now, they'll give you accommodation. They'll be like, do you want some food? This is for the holiday parks, not the clubs. But there was one company where this holiday company changed everything. So you might have a gig 200 mile away. There's no accommodation for you. You have to go and source your own. Bear in mind, they've got thousands and thousands of lodges and caravans, and then you've just got to sit backstage after you've set up. So they might stipulate that you have to set up by 4 o'clock. You're not on stage until 9, and then your second set, you're not coming off until half 11, quarter to 12. You've got to pack down and then drive home. I think it's little things where you can feel appreciated. So we don't do those holiday parks anymore, just because it just leaves a bit of a bitter taste in your mouth. Saying that, like I said before, I've only ever done sites. But a lot of the time, I'm the only woman on site. Now, when I first started, I was like, when I go to work, my hair's up under my hat. I've got me like snood on. I'm very much just no one would know that I was there, really. I'm not like, "Yay, I'm a woman on site." I like to just crack on and get work done.
Yep.
But the only thing that's always a bit like, oh, is having to go to the site manager and be like, "Hi, is there a key for the ladies' toilet?"
I knew you were gonna say that.
And honestly, right, sometimes you can see they're a bit like huffy and they're like getting it out of their drawer. It's not in the key cabinet, it's in their drawer because let's face it, that's what they're using normally. The site managers will use the ladies' toilet because they don't want to go to the toilet where the heathens go.
Yeah.
But what I will say is the site that we're on now to Vistry, and Vistry have been brilliant. So the last job with Vistry, and they just said, "There's a key. You
Oh,
keep it. Don't lose it." Brilliant. And then this site, the key's in the cabinet, and the site manager had said, "Anything you need, just let us know." And then within a few days of us being on site, there was then a cabinet put in the ladies' toilet. And I'm probably not going to use this stuff, but you know what? They had like loads of sanitary products in there.
no
And I just
way.
thought, yeah. And I was like, wow, I've done this for 6 years and this is never some toilets. You're like, oh God, I've got to go in the men's to get a toilet roll. Or like, there's no, and it's just like, but I've never like said to them, thank you for that. But I just thought what a lovely touch. I'll probably never use it, but it's nice to know that they've had a little bit of forward thinking. So
Absolutely.
yeah,
That's brilliant.
yeah, I was like, buzzing a bit with it because the fact that the key's just there for me to get, I'm not chasing someone round the site going, "Have you seen the female toilet key?" Um, and even that in itself is like when you're having to go to the person and be like, "Can I have the key for the toilet, please?" It's a bit like, oh, like you know that I'm weighing now.
Yeah.
So we work for a company called King Brothers, and
Okay.
we subcontract through them.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Okie dokie. And it's obviously like new builds that you're putting together? Yeah?
yeah,
Wow. It does fascinate me, bricklaying. It's one thing that I tend to watch more and more of on social media, and because you just don't really think about it, like as an everyday person outside of the trades, you just look at houses and you just think, oh yeah, you don't actually think
yeah.
someone physically used their hands and built that. It's
I
mad.
mean, at the minute we're on timber frames, so sometimes you've got a hammer in your hand more than you travel. But yeah, I love it.
It does
I
sound
really do.
fun.
But the timber frames, you feel like it happens a lot faster.
Yeah.
So when I hear people going, "Oh, them houses have been thrown up," well, the timber frame kit's like already there, so it's just the brickwork. There's no block work to go into it and stuff. But yeah, it's I just don't post enough, and I should. I spoke to Chippy N at the I always call her Chippy N,
I know. I
I'll
do
never just say
still.
I never say I spoke to Emily.
Yeah.
So I spoke to Chippy N at the on the tills, and she was like, "You just need to set up a camera and just go for it." I was like, "Oh, I know," but like I see other people like Darcy and Louisa and Demi and Ellie and Katie, and like I love watching their stuff, and they're absolutely smashing it. Like I think you should definitely try and get Darcy on here.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I think she'd be brilliant, and she does all the TikTok stuff as well. Like I haven't ventured into TikTok.
I'm kind of dipping my toe. It's a whole 'nother thing to try and
Yeah.
understand.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. I mean, it is and it isn't. I think once you post a couple of times, you kind of get used to it. But yeah, it's just something else to get your head around, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like my dad. For us, he can't get his head around technology. So with his mobile phone, I'm like, I've showed you this 100 times. Like, I don't know how you're not getting it, but his interests are literally bricks. Like, that's all he
Oh,
does.
bless
And
him.
I think, like, for him, being the age he is, and I think he's a bit scared to
Okay.
retire
Ah,
because he doesn't need to work. He's got plenty of money. His house is paid off. But he's seen that many people over the years where they have retired and they've died not long
yeah.
after. So I think he has that routine that he's had for 61 years, It just
Wow.
keeps him going, and I think the banter and stuff, like,
Yeah,
because we very much treat him. We don't treat him like he's an old age pensioner. We treat him like we treat each other.
that's
He
good.
gets called out on stuff as well. Like,
Yeah. No, that's great. I totally understand what you're saying, definitely, because it has got to be scary, kind of saying to yourself, I'm going to retire and my whole life that I know is going to change. Like, it's
yeah,
almost like, why would you choose that if you don't have to?
yeah.
So,
But that's it because he doesn't really have any hobbies
okay.
or anything. So that would be him just probably sat in the house. I mean, when I do solo gigs on a Sunday, he'll come with us.
Oh,
He doesn't come to the duo gigs because of the nature of some of the content. I think he'd be a bit embarrassed
oh, bless
by
him.
how Jackie goes on. But no, so I'll be going to collect him soon. He's gonna come with us, and I'm like, Dad, but you've seen me show like a million times, but
Loves it.
he's still there, still loves it, still tries
Oh.
to tell us how to do my job. I'm like, stick to laying bricks, John boy, right? I know what I'm doing with this singing game. 'Cause it's
Brilliant.
not just singing though. You've got to build that rapport with the audience. So
Yeah.
you've got to be watching for, and if something happens that you can mention. And I love just having banter with the audience and stuff. Like honestly, when you stood on stage, you see everything. It's like you see little arguments brewing, or you'll see people that are together that probably shouldn't be together.
Oh,
But I think the gigs and stuff is one of the reasons that I don't drink. Because you
okay.
see people in a, like, a totally I mean, I say I don't drink, it's maybe once or twice a year,
Yeah. It's pretty
but
much like I do. Yeah, I don't drink. I probably will have a tiny bit at Christmas, and that's about it. Or on
yeah,
a holiday, I might have a tiny bit. But yeah,
yeah. I think it's because when you see people, and you would have in your old job as well, the vulnerabilities and the how people can get, I just like to be on the ball in
hmm,
case something happens. You never know when something's gonna happen. But I envy those people though. I really do. That are a bit more carefree, and I feel like I'm risk assessing everything. This is just in my normal life as well. I don't know if there's maybe something wrong with this, but maybe there is. But I'm always risk assessing. I'm like, oh well, if for me, it's I might have an odd Guinness throughout the year, but I'm like, yeah, I get a bit scared when I see how vulnerable people can be
yeah.
with alcohol.
I think. Do you think that maybe came after you stopped drinking? Like you kind of got used to how you would feel um, in social situations, not having alcohol in your system, and then realizing how different it does make you. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Like,
Yeah. So when I did work away on the holiday parks, I was drinking a lot.
okay,
And I think I've got a little bit of an addictive personality. So I know that if I don't drink in the house, I've got a cupboard full of alcohol there that's been bought for us. It's never going to get drunk. So yeah, it's one of those, and it's like I used to be a really heavy smoker. I'm talking like 20 odd a day. But back then, like 20 odd year ago when I started as a teenager, like yeah, it's weird to think that, but then I got addicted to
yeah,
smoking, and then even with the singing, I'd be like, "Oh, I can't not smoke because then I'll not be able to sing the rock stuff as good." Like it was ridiculous. Like I do have a bit of a gadgy voice anyway, but I quit about I don't know 7 or 8 years ago, when my mum got a lung cancer diagnosis, and like yeah, and now when I smell smoke, I'm like, "Bleh."
yeah. It takes some strength, though. I'll give you that. In being in the environments you choose to put yourself in with your singing,
Yeah.
and not falling into having a couple of drinks before or after. So good on you. That takes some
I mean,
strength.
we do get
I
offered all
bet
the
you
time,
do.
"Oh, can I get you a
Yeah.
drink? Do you want a drink?" And I'm just like, "Nah." Plus, I do most of the driving for the gigs. So, yeah.
There you go. Yeah, that was one of the main factors for me stopping drinking was going back into self-employment and, having a few pints the night before, and then you tootle into work in your van, and all of a sudden you get randomly pulled over, breathalyzed, your van's gone, living's gone. You
Yeah,
just can't. I don't. It's not worth the risk in my
absolutely
head.
not.
Yeah.
I think for some people it must be like a confidence thing.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I couldn't.
Is is a totally different experience going out and socializing sober, though. Um,
Yeah,
it's a different beast, absolutely. I mean, the summer just gone, I went to a couple of festivals locally with some of my old mates, and it was the first time we'd all been together and I didn't drink. And another one, funnily enough, one of my other mates had stopped drinking as well, so luckily I had a pal. Um,
yeah.
but yeah,
So my sister, she will have a few pints or whatever at the gigs, and when we're finished, that's me. I want to be out of there, but she's very chatty. She's just we're quite opposite. I'm like have a very select few friends. She's got like tons of friends. She's like a social butterfly. People just like gravitate towards her. So at the end of the night, I'm like, come on, gotta pack all the gear down and get in the car. And she's like, yeah, 2 minutes. She's not like she would never get drunk or anything at a gig. But yeah, it is different when you're not having one or two.
definitely. You mentioned a mutual friend, Chippy M, a moment ago. You met at the On the Tools Awards in October.
Yes, I was so pleased we got sat next to each other. So I know she did the Lost City as well, and we spoke on socials a little bit. But yeah, I was buzzing when I got to sit next to her.
Awesome. How was that awards night? It looked amazing.
It's brilliant. Honestly, what On the Tools do for the industry, not just the Lost City that they do, but everything, even just bringing people together and how they check in, making sure people are all right. Um, it was I mean, I've said on the post that it was lovely to catch up with people, but it was very brief catching up. Like, how are you? Are you all right? Like, how's it going? How's the family? So the only people that I'd say I've really got to like chat properly with was probably Chippy Carl Lad, and the lads from Super Trowel were on our table. But
Okay.
yeah, it's just nice. I mean, and my brother was like, "You're gonna go all the way to Birmingham for like a night out." And you're not even gonna have a drink and enjoy yourself. I'm like, no, I will enjoy myself. But because I don't go out very often, I love little events like that where I can just sit back, take it all in, watch like people in the trades, especially the women like Gina and Sai winning these awards. And it's like, yeah, it's great. And Rachel,
Yes.
like a fabulous, fabulous tradeswoman.
I was quite jealous, Yeah, it looked really good, and it would be nice.
Next year,
Hopefully, it would be nice to get amongst all the other trades, because obviously I've always just been amongst the decorating people at the decorating show. Next year is going to be my year where I'm going to go to the other trade shows and hopefully meet some other tradies. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
yeah. I mean, I couldn't do what you do, mind.
No?
Honestly, I tried painting the downstairs toilet a few weeks ago, and I think I messaged Foxy. I was like,
Did
I
you?
don't know how you do it. I was like, for fuck's sake. Like I've got no you've got to be precise and you've got to be patient. And I think you've got to have a certain kind of demeanor where I, d- I don't know, I just don't know how you do it. I was getting really annoyed. I had more like loads of paint splashes on my glasses. It was
Oh,
in my hair. Like it was just everywhere. And I was like, wow, I don't know how they manage this and make it look so like smooth and stuff. I'm like, oh, there's line marks. It's okay, I'll put a vase there.
yeah.
That'll hide it.
Hide it. It'll be fine. Only you know it's there.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Oh. So, have you got anything exciting coming up? Any big gigs, or have you got gigs over Christmas?
Loads, yeah. So when it tends to be the quiet time for, let's say, site, when you might be rained off more, I'm not really losing work because that December is my busiest time for the singing. But I think Is the right word desensitized? When people mention the gigs and stuff, I think because I've done it for so long, it's just like, yeah, whatever. But when people are like, "Oh my God, that's amazing. Like you did that venue, or blah, blah, blah." And I'm like, aye, it was canny because it's just, it's just work to
Yeah.
me. But mine, sometimes I'm shy people will be like, "Oh, where have you been at the weekend?" And I'm like, um, and they must think that I'm lying when I say that I'm singing. I'm like, yeah, I can't remember because they just all roll into one
Yeah, I bet they
because it's
do.
the same routine and yet it's just at a different venue. I'm like, where was I? And I'll be, oh, yes, I was XYZ. But yeah, love them. I
Awesome.
love old people.
Do you?
Old people are the best. And they're
Amazing.
crafty as well. They can sit there all sweet and innocent. And they're not. They've been there, they've done that.
Yeah.
They're worse than us on some levels. But I think because of the generation, like when I was growing up, that generation, the parents weren't as on it as what we are now. But I got away with loads when I was a kid. My mum and dad just didn't have a clue. And like I said, don't get us wrong, there was four of us and like we were all, a lot of work. But I've said to my daughter, she's 12, and I'm like, you're not going to get away with anything. I've been there. I've done it. I know all the little signs. Like, I'm sorry, but that's the way it is. I am quite strict. Well, I'd say I'm firm but fair.
Okay.
You know,
Yeah.
I like to, I don't want to ruin our like fun,
Being a child.
but
Yeah.
yeah, but I want it to be safe because it's a scary world.
Well, this is it. I was going to say, it's got to be very difficult being a parent to children that are growing up in this sort of like decade
Yeah.
and surrounding times because everything is out there. There's no secrecy. Every kid has got a phone. Every kid is like pointing cameras, and you can't get away with anything, like you say. And it's so different to when I think we were kids, because you go on your bike round to your mates and knock on the door, wouldn't you? Or you pick the landline up and ring them and say, "Oh, is, such and such there? Do they wanna meet at the park?" You would have been on of this texting or sending pictures or stuff. Yeah, it's a very different world, and I think it's both difficult for kids growing up now and parents parenting because there's so many dangers out there.
That's frightening.
And you want your children to be children and grow up learning what's right and what's
Yeah.
wrong and making their own mistakes to help them grow as people, but at the same time, you feel like you have to limit those, I would think. Obviously, I'm not a parent, but
It's just making them aware because there's so
yeah.
much good stuff online where they can learn so much, but then there's that darker side, isn't there? There's the online, there's the bullying as well. Like it's not just where it can be left in the school playground anymore. It can be
No.
brought back. It can be put in group chats. Um, I've had like many conversations with her where she might be in a group chat and I might like, say, can I have a little look at that? And I'll be like, this looks to me like that person may be getting ganged up on a little bit, and I'm like, remove yourself
Oh,
from that
okay.
group. Um, I mean, hi, like my daughter's, she's so lovely, but she might not necessarily see
Yeah.
what I can see, like foresee happening in groups and stuff. But even with her, like there was a few times when she started secondary, and
Mm,
obviously that's when you've got all the different skills filtering into one. But when she started secondary, there was few um a few things was like where she was getting, I wouldn't say bullied, but when you can sense something's bubbling up.
mm.
So I just went round to the parents' houses and luckily they were decent people and I just said, look, let's just nip this in the bud now. I don't want to have anything that's like getting dragged through school and once one kid starts something and then it becomes that. So that's it sorted because sometimes the skills are just a bit useless in
Y
sorting stuff out. Well, not necessarily useless, but they've got hundreds and hundreds of kids
That's
to
it.
deal with. So,
Exactly. Yeah.
but it's that fear of thinking, if I try and sort this out with the parent, I don't know what door I'm knocking on here. Who's going to open it?
Yeah.
So you almost feel like you ready.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You don't want to be like, yeah, your kid has been so. That's another thing with work. You've got to adapt how you are with people.
Yeah.
So like even some gigs, I'd be like, "Hi, are you all right?" Like singing, and then there's other gigs that you go to, and it's like, "Hi, it's lovely to be here. Where do you want us to set up?" It's like you've really got to like change change your persona. But yeah, having kids is another stress level in itself.
Well, it sounds like you and your daughter have got a very trusting relationship from what you've just
Oh
said.
yeah.
It sounds great to me.
Yeah, we're close, but I mean, she did say so when she was a few years younger, she was like, "Oh, I'm gonna be a bricklayer, mum, when I leave school." And as she's got older, she's like, "I just don't think it would be for me, mum. I mean, you're always dirty and
Oh,
you're always knackered."
fair play.
Oh well,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's like you said at the beginning, it's not for everybody, but, she may come back around, who knows?
I mean, I'm a bit worried because I'm like, I'm 40 in a few weeks. Women are built different
Yeah.
to men. Like, no matter what we say, how equal rights and blah blah blah. Like, we're not physically. Wouldn't physically be able to do this job at my dad's age. Not a chance. No way. So, but I know that it's an industry that I definitely want to stay in. I love it. I love the crack. I love the people. It's just, yeah, I won't be able to do this forever. But
I know what you mean, like, I mentioned when I was speaking to Russ, the talking tradesman, about going from working 5 days a week to 4 because physically it felt, and it wasn't some it's like you say, women are built differently to men, and yes, you may hear women in the trades talk about the want of recognition to be more level between men and women, but at the same time, we have to acknowledge we are built differently.
yeah,
You know,
100%.
men are built as like workhorses, they've got more muscle. Yes, women
Yeah,
can build it, but at the same time, our bones and our structures aren't built the same.
yeah,
Effectively, biology wise, we're built to have babies, aren't we? And nurture, whereas
yeah.
we can adapt and build muscle and, make us more like sturdy.
I do know what
You
you
know what I
mean.
mean? Like
Yeah,
tradey, like strength strong. But, like you said, we may not as women be able to do the trade as long as men because of that reason.
no. Yeah. I mean, you get people like trolls and stuff online that'll be like, "Oh, well, if you can't lift it, then you shouldn't be doing the job." And I've even seen some women say that. But I've got no shame. I'm not gonna put me back out,
Yeah.
right? I love my job. I love what I do, but I'm not gonna like what's the phrase? I'm not gonna try and be a hero and carry a heavy lintel on my shoulder when I can just ask my brother to do it. There's no shame. There shouldn't be a shame in asking for help.
And just because the norm is to work 5 days a week doesn't mean that working 4 days is wrong.
Yeah,
You know?
exactly.
Like, who says what is right and what is wrong in that respect? And if you can take up half a bag of mortar instead of a full bag, that's better than none, or
Yeah,
take up half a dozen bricks instead of 2 dozen bricks. You're still getting the work done. It's just people's
that's
mindsets need
it.
to be more open, don't they?
Oh, totally, totally. I mean, I do push myself, and I will be like, but yeah, I'm not going to be a hero at the same time and lift something that could potentially put me out of work
Yeah.
for X amount of time. Yeah, I have seen that. Not on my part. I think I've been really lucky. I've never really had a lot of hate.
That's good.
I,
Yeah.
I don't know if that's because I just keep myself to myself and I'm not really putting controversial stuff out there. But I've never experienced, like I know a lot of women have,
Mm.
I've never experienced that on site. Whether or not that's because I am keeping myself to myself, or the fact that my brother is huge and would absolutely kick off. But no, the people I've came across are lovely.
That's good.
They're just fellas working hard for the families, and but I will say, when you overhear like conversations and stuff on site with like other squads or other trades, men are bitchier than women.
I know. I know.
Like
It's mad, isn't it?
They're unreal. Yes.
In my old job, I was the only woman in a team of, like, multiple blokes, and yeah, totally agree with you. Men, sorry guys, but you are bitchier than
Yeah,
women. I'm sorry, when you get together
100%. They just love a whinge,
don't they?
don't they?
Yeah.
Or it might be a whinge about the sandwiches that their wife's made. Shut up and get it eaten,
She's made it, yeah.
or make your own.
Yeah. Brilliant.
Hey, God.
Goodness me. Right, let's get to this quick fire question round that I like to do with everybody.
Okay,
You ready?
ready.
Driver or passenger?
Driver.
Brick trowel or pointing trowel?
Brick towel.
Tea or coffee?
Coffee all day long.
All day long. Bricks or blocks?
Bricks. Unless it's thermalites, then blocks.
Okay, there we go. Dogs or cats?
I've only just got a dog this year. I've always had cats, so I'm like, dogs.
What dog did you get?
Cocker spaniel.
Did ya? Wow.
Yeah, he's beautiful.
Is he gonna be a sight dog?
No, he's not. I mean, the cats are really annoyed with us, and they still give me happy looks. They're like, "What have you done? What have you brought into this home?" He's lovely.
Super cute. Country or disco?
Country.
A sparkly disco dress or a hard hat and high vis?
Hard hat.
Lime mortar or cement mix?
Cement mix.
And I don't know if you're gonna be able to answer this one, but singing or bricklaying?
I can't answer that one.
That's okay, you don't have to.
I love them both equally.
Fair
They both
play.
have their perks.
Love that. Bit of a curveball for you.
Oh, definitely.
Brilliant. So I do like to end each episode with a couple of questions. And if you could be a different trade, what would you choose and why?
I mean, again, when I say Chippy M and she's got all the bits, like a joiner would be. I find what they do fascinating. I really
Yeah,
do. Yeah, so probably a joiner.
awesome.
Carpentry.
Yeah, it's popular. I say it every time. It's
Yeah.
popular. I think the likes of Chippy M showcasing what she does so well, it makes it popular, doesn't it? So,
Yeah, definitely.
absolutely. I like to ask, who do you think I should have on next, or what trade should I have on next?
Look, there is Louisa, who's also a bricklayer, but she does painting as well.
Okay, yeah.
She does all these amazing paintings. There's Charlotte Electrics. She's very
Yeah,
good.
follow Charlotte. Okay.
Yeah, I sat next to her at the on the Tills Awards a few years ago.
Oh, did you?
The first ever one I went to, when I was just like sat there like scared. There's just so many, isn't
I
there?
know, it's hard. It is hard.
But it's good though. It's good
Exactly.
that there's that many now.
That's it. Yeah, it's great.
It's mad.
Awesome.
But yeah, it is good though.
It is. It is. So where can people find you, Holly? What's your social medias for your singing and your bricklaying?
So for singing, it would probably be the Hudson Sisters on Facebook,
Okay.
and for Instagram, it's just the singing Brickie. I feel like that I've put a bit of pressure on myself to post stuff, whereas I maybe just need to go back to just Holly Hudson.
Well,
Do
it's
you know what I
totally
mean?
up to you, isn't it? I mean,
Yeah,
I get what you're saying about the pressure to then show more of your work, but at the
yeah,
end of the day, it's your page. You don't have to post
yeah.
regularly if you don't want to, you know?
You're right. You are correct, Laura.
Well, I will make sure that those two links for your Facebook and your Instagram are on the show notes for this episode so people can follow you.
Oh, fab.
Yeah, it's been absolutely awesome chatting with you. It's been so much
Thank
fun.
you. I'm so glad that we managed to figure it out, because I was like nearly having a panic attack before. I was like, how have I fucked this up again? Oh my God. She's
It's all
gonna think I'm
right.
a right like nimwit.
No, not at all. Not at all.
But thank you so much for having us on.
That's all right. You're welcome. I appreciate you giving me your time before a gig as well. So, yeah,
That's fine.
awesome. Thank you very much.